I'm thinking about all the times, all the experiences I've had with people, with loved ones, my family, my friends, cousins, brother, sister, where I've lost them to some addiction, where I've lost them to a lack of awareness, but also where I've lost my own self, where they've lost me to addiction, where they've lost me because I'm not aware, because I'm hiding from something and I have a pain in my heart that I'm trying to cover up. And I'm thinking about myself and others and why? Why is it that we hide? What is it that we're running away from? What is it that I was and continue to run away from? And it's like a cycle, right? We usually replace one addiction with another. There was a time in my life where I was smoking weed all the time, I was drinking, and I was covering up a certain pain. It was a lack of awareness, honestly. It was a lack of awareness of myself. Because to me, it just seemed normal because I was surrounded by other people that were doing the same thing. I was running away and they were running away. So to me, it's like, wow, everybody drinks. All the people I know smoke weed. All the people I know are watching TV all day, playing video games. What's so weird about that? What's so bad about it? When everyone else around me is doing the same thing, everyone else is scrolling through their phone. But at the core of it, what is it? Why can't we be present? Even to this day, struggling to be present. And the thing is, a lot of us are not even aware. We're not aware. We lack that awareness. And when we lack that awareness, we lack choice. So really, we are depriving ourselves of choice. You can call it freedom. It's freedom to do whatever, right? Freedom to smoke weed, freedom to do drugs, freedom to watch TV, freedom to play video games, freedom to drink, freedom to do whatever we want. What we think is freedom is an illusion. It's not real. Because how is it real? How is it freedom if it's autopilot? If it's something we don't actually think about and like, this is consciously what I want to do right now. Once that clicked for me and for all the people I know that have broken through addictions, we're like, oh my God, I am running away. I'm covering this pain with something else. And I've been guilty of it. I've been very, very guilty of it. I started smoking weed about 15, 16 years old. Real talk. My first experience, I remember under a bridge, smoking from a pipe, and then growing up with my dad and my uncles and everyone I knew, all the adults smoking, drinking, getting wasted. That was the norm. The thing I couldn't see was why. Why did they have the need to go home from work tired, irritated, frustrated, open up a nice cold can of beer and continue to hammer those down until their senses were numbed? And me following that pattern, literally me following that pattern. At the peak of this, I would go home, realize there's no more beer, drive to 7-Eleven, come back with a case, and start drinking, drinking, drinking. And I remember I was conscious of it in the terms of like, I remember, well, my dad did this too. My uncle did this too. My cousins do it too. It's fine. I was coping, justifying. But deep down in my soul, deep down in my core, I knew it wasn't aligned. You'll know when something's not aligned, but we'll make excuses to say, well, my dad turned out fine. He did it. He's fine. He's living. Is it though? Is it really? We become disconnected. We really, really do. We become disconnected of our core of who we are when we're numbing ourselves constantly. The first step to anything is the awareness. When we cultivate the awareness is number one. And we're in that uncomfortable feeling. Let's say we're out in public and we start feeling anxious. We start feeling uncomfortable. We don't know how to be with ourselves. Oh my God, I'm going to open my phone. Okay, open TikTok, scroll, scroll, scroll. Get that dopamine, get that dopamine, get that dopamine. It's so automatic. It's become automated. But pause for a second. Why am I doing this? Why do I feel the need to escape right now? And that pause, that little pause is the most powerful thing you could do for yourself. It's the most powerful thing I could do for myself. Even when I do it currently, I'm not perfect. I try to escape myself all the times. I try to escape uncomfortable emotions all the time. But the more you sit with them, the more you confront them, the more you become familiar with them, the more power, the more mastery you cultivate, the more ownership you have over yourself and your choices, and being conscious of what every minute really is, being present. Look at where I'm at. I'm not distracted. Look at how beautiful this day is. Look at what I'm surrounded by. If I was worrying about a bunch of things just on my phone instead, or thinking, ruminating about something that happened yesterday, or something that someone did earlier, or whatever, I wouldn't have the presence to enjoy these beautiful flowers. Look at that. Like, that is the power of being conscious. That is the power of being conscious. Being present, of knowing right now I'm taking deep breaths. My nervous system is calm. I'm not in fight or flight. It's the awareness. It's being alive and vibrant. Hearing the birds, the crickets. It's something that brings connection to earth again. Our disconnection from ourselves brings disconnection to earth. They're together, and their disconnection from ourselves and our earth disconnects us from God, from the divine. It's a beautiful world if you know how to look. Or rather, you take off that mask or those hazy glasses and see what is really there. One thing that has helped me a lot in this awareness is actually genuinely connecting back to nature, connecting back to Mother Earth. Through the earth, I've enhanced my spirituality. I've connected back. Like, isn't it crazy that we walk through this and we don't even know the name of what this is? And I remember it blowing my mind. It's like, there's so many living creatures here. Maybe it's odd to say plants are living creatures, but they are living creatures. And you don't even know what that is. You don't know what it does. And once I started realizing, I was like, oh my God, I pass by all kinds of trees every day. I pass by all these insects, all these different ecosystems going on together in tandem in a dualistic type of relationship, in a relationship with the earth and us, and we're just on autopilot. We're not even noticing. We're just going about our day thinking about stupid shit, thinking about, I don't know, the latest TikTok trend or something that doesn't actually matter. When what matters is really here. It's here and it's up there. Like, what does dulling our senses and smoking weed and drinking and all that have on being absolutely present and okay and safe and feeling proud of ourselves and happy, content, fulfilled, purposeful? When we've replaced that lack, when we've replaced that pain, we've gone through the pain, or we sat with the pain, and we're present, it's not even appealing anymore. And that's why I no longer crave alcohol. The only reason I craved it was so I could numb myself, so I could stop feeling, or so I could be happy, cultivate a fake happiness with a brain chemistry change that it does. And even though it feels real, chemically, physiologically, it feels real, it's not. It goes away. And if anything, the next day you pay for it. I invite everyone, honestly everyone, especially men, to connect back to earth, to touch the ground, the soil, to really breathe in and smell. Like, nature has a smell. When we're in the flowers, when we're in a bunch of sage, or we're surrounded by cypress, like, do you know the smell of cypress? When you're surrounded by cypress trees and you could just smell that almost citrusy, it's so hard to describe, but it's it's such a refreshing, alive scent. The reminder that yes, you are here on earth. Literally go smell the flowers, bro. So one task that I'll give is go outside. Even if you live in an urban jungle, I live in an urban jungle too, but I found a sanctuary here near me, thank God. Very grateful for it. But it's no excuse. Go outside. There are plants, even if it's a little shrub, there are plants that grow out of the concrete, and those have names. They're still living beings. And hell, you might even learn from that plant. That living being is literally growing from nothing. Well, not nothing, obviously, but it's growing from a crack in the concrete. Like, you want to be like that plant. That plant is a survivor, bro. Anyway, enough of that. That is my task for you, my invitation for you to do. At least learn. You can use Google Lens. It'll most likely tell you a correct plant identification, or just take it as a challenge and try to find out yourself. Anyway, let's get back to awareness, bro. It's about to start raining. Like, look at this weather. Anyway, I'm gonna head out because there's a storm incoming and it's about to pour on me. I can feel it. If this message resonates with you, I have a community. check the link down below. It's free, and I'll catch you in the next one.